This is a lecture on how to make a happening. There are 11 rules of the game. Forget all the standard art forms. Don't paint pictures, don't make poetry, don't build architecture, don't arrange dances, don't write plays, don't compose music, don't make movies. The point is to make something new, something that doesn't even remotely remind you of culture. You've got to be pretty ruthless about this, wiping out of your plans every echo of this or that story or jazz piece or painting that I can promise you will keep coming up unconsciously. Two, you can steer clear of art by mixing up your happening with life situations. Make it unsure even to yourself if the happening is life or art. Art has always been different from the world's affairs. Now you've got to work hard to keep it all blurry. The situations for a happening should come from what you see in the real world, from real places and people, rather than from the head. If you stick to imagination too much, you'll end up with old art again, since art was always supposed to be made out of imagination. Take advantage of ready-made events. Two cars collide on a highway. Violet liquid pours out of the broken radiator of one of them. And in the back seat of the other, there is a huge load of dead chickens that is spilling out all around. Or just take an afternoon off and watch what cops check it out. Unnatural answers are given. Tow trucks carry off the wrecks. Police and the drivers go home. You can get more out of these than out of all Beethoven, Michelangelo, and Racine put together. Break up your spaces. You can experiment by gradually widening the distances between your events. First at a number of points along a heavily trafficked avenue, then in several rooms and floors of an apartment house, then on more than one street, then in different but nearby cities, finally all around the world. You don't have to be everywhere at once. You don't even have to be everywhere. Five, break up your time and let it be real time. Real time is found when things are going on in real places. It has nothing to do with the single time, the unified time of stage plays or music. It has even less to do with slowing down or speeding up actions because you want to make something expressive or because you want it to work in a compositional way. Arrange all your events in the happening in the same practical way, not in an arty way. Avoid sonnet form, cubist multiple viewpoints, dynamic symmetry, the golden section, the 12-tone technique, theme and variation developments, logical or mathematical progressions, and so forth. Nature can never appear formless because of the way the brain is made. Some surprises might occur if you just forgot all the composition lessons you were taught. Since you're in the world now, not in art. Play the game by real rules. Make up your mind when and where a happening is appropriate. If your image calls for the president and vice presidents of Chase Manhattan sitting in their biggest vault and throwing gold coins around like babies, and you can't get them to do it, then forget it and go on to something else. If you want to have all your participants start naked, swimming, making love, or whatnot, there are times and plenty of places where it wouldn't stir up any dust. On the other hand, if you like being busted by the cops, you might think of working jail into the happening. Much easier. You can use police help, the mayor, the college dean, the chamber of commerce, the company exec, the rich, and all your neighbors. Be your own public relations man. It's not a snap, of course, but they're convincible. And once on your side, you can almost go to the moon. Don't rehearse the happening. This will make it unnatural because it'll build in the idea of good performance, that is, art. There is nothing to improve in a happening. It's best when it is artless. If it doesn't work, do another happening. These aren't perfectible actions. Perform the happening once only. Repeating it makes it stale, reminds you of theater, and does the same thing as rehearsing. Sometimes it'd be nearly impossible to repeat anyway. Imagine trying to get copies of your old love letters in order to see the rain wash off those tender thoughts. Why bother? Give up the whole idea of putting on a show for audiences. A happening is not a show. A happening is a game with a high, a ritual that no church would want because there's no religion for sale. A happening is for those who happen in this world, who don't want to stand off and just look. Traditional art is like college education and drugs. It's fed to people who have to sit on their butts for longer and longer amounts of time to get the point. Traditional art is like college education and drugs. It's fed to people who have to sit on their butts for longer and longer amounts of time to get the point. It's fed to people who have to sit on their butts for longer and longer amounts of time to get the point. It's fed to people who have to sit on their butts for longer and longer amounts of time to get the point. And the point is that there's lots of action somewhere else. But happeners have a plan and go ahead and carry it out. To use an old expression, they don't merely dig the scene, they make it.